Hello, I'm Sharnali, and today our topic of discussion is UDP, that is User Datagram Protocol. Now, full form of UDP is User Datagram Protocol. Now, first we need to know what is protocol. Now, just like humans need to follow some rules to communicate with each other, like some common languages, proper grammar, etc., computers also need the same. A protocol is simply some set of rules used in digital communication to ensure systematic and safe transfer of data over the network. They are also used by the nodes on a network when they communicate. Without protocols, no effective communication can take place. Some of the important protocols in common communication are TCP, UDP, SMTP, etc. Now we are dealing on UDP, that is User Datagram Protocol. It is a part of internal protocol suite that is commonly referred to as UDP or IP suite. The user datagram protocol is one of the middle participants. Now, the layer in which this user datagram protocol or UDP is present is in layer 4 of the internal protocol suite. Now, in this next slide, we have this OSI model, and this whole model shows that TCP and UDP is present over here in the fourth layer. This is what I needed to show you. Now also UDP is an unreliable and connectionless protocol. So as it is a connectionless protocol, so there is no need to establish a connection before transferring any data. Now here, these packets of data that are sent over by UDP are called datagrams. Next point is that with UDP, computer applications can send messages from one host machine to another host over IP network without any time delay. So it is fast enough. Now this is the OSI model and the position of UDP in the OSI model I showed you. That is here in the fourth layer. You can see in the transport layer, you can see UDP and TCP is present. Now comes the UDP header structure. Now the size of UDP header is 8 bytes and it is fixed. The first 8 bytes consists of the necessary header information, and it is the header part, and the next part contains the data that needs to be transferred, and that is the data part. Now in the next slide you can see the whole thing, that is the header and the data part. Now the header part is further consisting of the source port number, destination port number, total length, checksum, etc. Each consists of 16 bits. You can see here the source port number is also 16 bits, the destination port number also of 16 bits, etc. And all total length and checksum also. Now here it gives the 4 definitions, that is the length, source port, and destination port checksum. Now what is the length? It is the 16 bits long field which includes the header as well as the data. Source port it's a 2 byte long field, that is 16 bit, which is used to identify the port number of the data source. And destination port is the identification of the port from which the destination packet is coming. And checksum is also consisting of 2 bytes, that is 16 bits. That's it. And next comes the benefits of using UDP over TCP. Now, despite being the dominant layer, the transport control protocol, it's costly. So it's a bit costly, as well as its latency is not that. So for real-time services, the computer gaming, voice, video, communication, etc., which needs small data size and also high bandwidth, so we can use UDP there, and that as it is very cost efficient and fast. For high performance also, UDP permits package to be dropped in real time instead of processing the delayed packages. So it becomes very fast, and it's very efficient in both terms of latency and bandwidth, and it also saves bandwidth. Now this is the overview of TCP and UDP. This is the complete difference, you can say, in diagram basis. Now comes the application of UDP. Now, where is this UDP used? User datagram protocol is used. It's used where in gaming and conferencing, where data loss of minimum data loss can be tolerable, right? And real-time applications such as gaming purposes, they do not need a high amount of data to be transferred, right? So data loss can be tolerable, as I said, and the size of the data is small or negligible, and and it is also used for multicasting. They are typically for real-time applications that cannot tolerate delays, right? As it is fast, it can do this efficiently. And that's all about it. And thank you once again.